Hi there folks, welcome back to the Everyone Andy Fishing channel. I hope you're doing really well. What a strange time to be recording and publishing a video. God, I don't know about you guys, but it still seems kind of a bit surreal. It's like living in some kind of weird Hollywood movie. But we are kind of mid-pandemic lockdown at the moment. It's the first week of April and basically the whole world feels like it's ground to a halt. We're on a bit of a soft lockdown here in the UK, so the only people allowed out is if you're going for a bit of exercise or going to the shops or a pharmacy, or if you absolutely have to travel to go to work. So it's a really strange situation at the moment, very unusual, never really experienced anything like this before, and I hope A, that we never experience anything like this again, and B, that this never feels normal, because it still feels really weird. We're both fine, we both really hope you are too. IB did mention that when I said I was going to film this video. Just pass on in regards to everyone who watches the channel. IB's still working really hard actually. She's got key worker status because she works with supply chain for staff of the NHS. And in food supply chain as well, so actually she's working harder than ever. We barely see each other at the moment. She's absolutely flat out at work. Me on the other hand, it's kind of the opposite. I am totally stuck, as a lot of you guys will be, and it was kind of weird actually in the way it went in stages. And when it first came about, we had all the social distancing stuff and they're keeping 6 feet away, and you kind of looked at it from a guiding point of view. I looked at it and thought, well actually I think I can do that as a guide, and I spoke to a couple of other guides and we all kind of agreed that we could guide on a social distancing thing. We had to avoid travelling in cars with clients and stuff, but you know, it kind of looked like we were going to be able to do it. And then they cranked it up a notch again and started asking the really vulnerable people to start self-isolating. I was like, right, this is getting pretty serious now, this is quite bad. And then we went down to the kind of proper lockdown scenario that we're in now, where the government basically said you can only travel to work if it's essential for you to have to travel to work. Now obviously as a fishing guide, it is essential for me to travel to a river to help my clients catch the fish. Unfortunately, it is not essential for a client to travel to a river and catch a fish, which pretty much stopped me in my tracks. Now I'm not gonna lie, there was a little thought in the back of my head that thought, well, the little bit of YouTube revenue we get, it's part of my income. I am totally employed by fishing. I'm a self-employed fishing guide, and the YouTube revenue obviously as well. I thought, well, maybe there's a possibility that I might be able to go out and film some stuff, because that is essential for my job to be able to go out. And the Angling Trust, in my opinion, quite rightly so, put out a press statement that just said, guys, don't go fishing. And while it's really annoying and it's really hurting me, particularly at the moment, I imagine it's really frustrating you guys too. I do think it's the right thing to do, because otherwise, you know, where do you draw the line with this stuff? We've all got to be sensible. We've got to do what the government and the medical people say. Stay at home, stay safe, don't break the rules. It's there to help everyone. The longer we keep breaking the rules, the longer this is going to go on. So let's just all take it on the chin, stay inside for as long as we need to, and we'll all get out fishing a lot sooner. I'm not gonna lie though, I am a wee bit bored in the house. I've tried a few different things. I've tried doing some gardening. Boring. We're fortunate enough that our garden is big enough that we've got a full-size tennis court, so I've been playing some tennis. We've also got a full-size table tennis table in the living room, so I've been playing a lot of table tennis. That's been really fun. In all honesty, folks, I'm fine. I am absolutely fine.
Hello, my name is Mary Jane. Welcome to my channel. Today is going to be the first video in learning how to crochet for absolutely beginners.
I'm fine. Are you fine? Good. Everyone's fine. I'm fine. Yeah, I'm cracking up. It's driving me bonkers, but it's got to be done. Let's just stay inside, stay safe, and we'll all get out fishing as soon as possible. And for those who can't resist and really do want to go fishing, here's a list of fisheries which are open for you to go and fish right now. You've been told, you've been warned, stay at home. It's for the best. Now on the subject of going fishing, I have done a little bit of fishing in the last month or so. I have tried to vlog it, it's just not gone very well, to be honest. And that kind of starts with a trip that my good buddy Robbie Northman and I took to Ireland, to a really lovely shop in Northern Ireland in Enniskillen called Fish and Tackle and Bait. We did this one last year as well. We got invited back for some reason, I don't know, they must be desperate. But we went back. We did the show, but we also booked a couple of days afterwards, because last year we said, geez, I wish we'd booked a bit more time. We could have done a load of cool fishing and filmed it. It'd have been really fun. I'm going to roll this footage because this is what we got from our 4 days vlogging and working in Enniskillen. Good morning folks, welcome back to the Every Now and Then Fishing channel. I hope you're doing really well. Who's just got in the car? We've got Robbie back with us. Robbie and I are on our way to Birmingham Airport and we're on our way to the Enniskillen Fish and Tackle and Bait show. It's a show that we did last year. Really nice shop right on the waters. Beautiful place. It looks like the weather's a little bit janky out there, but hopefully amongst doing some cool show stuff we'll also get a chance to do some fishing. But what we've got to do first is get there via Savage Gear HQ. Mostly to steal loads of cool kit before we get to the show. So we're going to crack on and do that. The next time you see us, we will be at HQ. Right, well here we are, Savage Gear HQ in a little back street in the Midlands. You wouldn't have thought this is where it is, but this is where it all happens. Robbie's whacking me on the head with a rod. So we've come here, we've got to pick some travel rods up to get over to Ireland. Obviously we can't take the real heavy stuff. Well, we said we were going to take you guys for a little tour around the HQ then, and by the time we got there, filmed a little bit of B-roll, and Pike had a load of fishing kit out of the showroom for the weekend. Unfortunately, the cab was already outside, so here we are at Birmingham Airport, waiting to get fueled up, ready to go. Rob, anything you're particularly looking forward to?
Pike.
I think we just want to catch a fish, really, don't we? Like the conditions out there look horrendous. Like it's rain, all the rain we've had in the Midlands, they've had there, so it's going to be tough. We know that. We've got the opportunity maybe to do some fly fishing. Their trout season opens on March the 1st, a little bit earlier than back here in the Midlands. So maybe if the pike fishing isn't happening, we've got the chance to go and catch some trout. But in the meantime, we've got 2 days of a really cool show with a great shop in Enniskillen called Fish and Tackle and Bait, and we're going to try and share as much of that with you as possible. Before then, though, we've got breakfast to eat, so we'll catch up with you guys soon. So no window seat on the plane, which meant no cool plane B-roll, but we have just landed in Belfast in Northern Ireland. Rob is somewhere in the background looking for our luggage. Next stop is try and find our rental car, and then from there we are off to Enniskillen. Super excited about this one. A couple of hours drive, but it is a pretty drive. We'll see you guys when we get to the shop. So we landed in Enniskillen. As expected, everything's a little bit high, but perhaps a little bit higher than we thought. You can see in the background there, that's a bench on a path that is usually quite a long way from the water, and it's now all underwater. We've just spoken actually to the manager of the shop. We'll pop into the shop in a minute and give you guys a quick walk around. He says that actually people are catching fish, particularly pike. The water's clear enough. We came last year on this one, the water was really dirty, but it doesn't look too bad this time. It is pretty cold, but at the moment the sun's out. Blue sky, we'll take this any day of the week, but it's too cold. I want a cup of tea, so we're going to go inside. So inside the shop, and all the guys here are working away absolutely furiously hard trying to get the shop ready for the next 2 days, because it's a really big event. The shop looks fantastic, absolutely massive inside. They've changed it quite a lot from the last time we were here. Huge amount of stuff, and it's always nice just to come into these shops and have a little bit of a poke around at other stuff. In fact, I've lost Northman. Where's Robbie? He'll be down in the lures somewhere, guarantee it. Obviously by the time this hits YouTube, you guys, it'll already be over, the event will be over. But we're hoping for really good turnout. There's Robbie, we found him. Robbie, what are you hoping for in the next few days?
Pike.
Other than doing some of our own fishing, obviously that's the plan, is that after the event we've got a couple of days over here in Ireland where we can do some pike fishing. Possibly, maybe we might have to do some trout fishing in the headwaters if everything's a bit flooded. Righty, so we've got everything done we needed to out of the shop. It looks really good. So we've probably got about an hour's now worth of fishing time, and it's a good job we have got a little bit of light, because at the moment we're locked out of our Airbnb. We can't get in. As you can see behind us, we are right on the water, and this is where we're going to be for the next 4 days. So at the very least we've got plenty of time to come down here and have a few casts around the docks. Now it is very flooded. We've been told by the guys that it's going to be pretty hard, but we're here, we've got an hour spare. Why the hell not? Let's give it a go. Hopefully that shows up on the camera. There's a jetty there, it's about 18 inches underwater. Yeah. We were stood on those last time we were here. Just gonna have to donk it around these boats, eh? So I've gone with the debush, the spinnerbait. Water's a bit coloured, loads of vibration. Fairly snag free as well, though I say that. This will probably end up getting lost. Uh-oh. There we go. What's that, 5 casts? That's a jetty. Oh, I can see it now as well. I couldn't see it before. I've just moved a little bit and now it's clear as day. Robbie's had to go and get some waders on because this is actually his debush. I have a feeling if this was my debush, he might not have put the waders on. The things you do, eh, Rob? The things you do. Yeah, don't fall off the edge. Is it a bit wobbly?
I'm not on it yet. There it is.
Rob's walking on water. Thanks, Bobbert. Can I go and play somewhere where there's no risk of me losing any more of your lures?
We'll go over the other side.
Yeah, we'll go walk up a bit. Just talk us through what happened there, Rob.
I just clipped the bail shut.
Was that a crack off?
Yeah.
Should we go to the new hotel?
No, we should re-rig and keep fishing for another hour and a half.
Fish off.
Alright, we'll go.
Good morning. We kind of left you hanging a little bit there. The last you saw, Robbie had just cracked off a bait into the middle of the river, and after that we were due to go and climb into our Airbnb that we couldn't get into. It turned out that the reason we couldn't get into it is because we hadn't actually booked it properly. So a little bit of a mad dash to try and find somewhere to stop in Enniskillen for the next 4 nights. But we got there in the end. It's the next morning. We are in the car park, getting ready for the show. The weather's absolutely foul. It's pissed it down all night again. It looks possibly like the water behind us has come up even further than it was yesterday. Rob's got a few bits ready, or getting a few bits ready for the demo tank. I've got to get inside, get warm, try and get a few bits ready for the inside as well, and we've got half an hour before the shop opens. Hopefully it's going to be a good day. It is miserable in terms of the weather, but hopefully there's a few guys in Ireland who show up and come say hi. God, crikey, well, that was a busy day. Plenty going on, and we're going to be doing the same thing tomorrow. Now, obviously, we've not got a huge amount of time, as you can tell from the light behind, pretty late on in the day, but Rob and I are still super keen on trying to winkle out one more fish, or one fish at all, from this trip, so we'll give it a good go. Right, so Rob and I have come down to an area that we fished last year. Obviously, it's all crazy flooded, as you can see from that. That down there is the footpath. We can't get anywhere near it, so it's going to be a case of kind of casting beyond all these reeds and stuff and bringing it back towards. Oh, Rob's in, Rob's in. What do we do? I'm not sure what we do now.
Get the net.
Hang on.
Hey! There he is, Andy. Yeah! Hey! So we've just finished working in the shop for the day, and despite it being horrendously flooded, we thought we'd have a quick hour in a little slack area around town, and I've caught one of the smallest pike in Ireland, but it's a pike, and considering what we're dealing with, I'm quite happy to get this one. It took a massive lure as well, the big goby shad. Oh, plies still attached. Now let's slip this one back.
Morning guys, so second day of the event, no fish caught after that. There's Robbie in the background sneaking around like a munchkin. No more fish yesterday, so Rob is 1-0 for the trip. We've just got here for the second day of the show. I'm going to spin around very, very quickly. I hope you can see there's a bit of a queue formed at the door. It's really, really cool to see stuff like this in fishing. We thought these days were kind of over, but the interest in the show is huge. It looks like we're going to have a really good turnout. This is going to be a good day.
Morning, folks. Ready for you? Right there. Hello there. Hi, how are you doing? Hi there. How are you? Hello. All right.
So as you can see, heaps of guys streaming into the shop now, which means it's probably about time that me and Robbie and all the other guys got some work done. Especially you, Gulfy, you need to get some bloody work done. You've done nothing for the last 2 days.
Yeah. Are you there?
So good.
Yeah, so that didn't go very well, did it? That was a pretty poor effort. There was just nothing we could do, and it was so frustrating. It really was, because we knew we had a great opportunity. The season was opening. We could have done trout or pike. There's loads of stuff we could have done. Just everywhere was so flooded that it was just a total waste of time. It was literally snowing as we were driving back to the airport. So I don't know, frustrating. Maybe we'll try again at some point, but it wasn't to be that time. After we got back, IB and I had a free weekend and decided that we wanted to film a little challenge. We got a new piece of kit that came through from Sierra that I was desperate to use. So we thought, right, we'll go out, picked a really nice day, we'll film a challenge. And once again, the weather kind of bit us in the bum a little bit. Again, I'll roll footage from this because we took some footage. We caught a couple of fish, but again, we couldn't get the vlog out of it that we really wanted. Hi there, folks. Welcome back to the Ever and Andy Fishing Channel, and look who's appeared.
Hi.
How you doing, Abby?
That was the most manliest hi I've ever
Hello.
said.
Nice to meet you. My name is Ever.
Hi, guys.
Yeah, so we've come out. It is the last week of the Derbyshire Grayling season.
Yep.
We've got until March the 13th to try and catch some grayling, and given how it's gone so far this winter, yeah, it's not been a great season, has it? So I think we're all looking forward to the trout season. But actually, the last 7 days, it's probably been about as stable as it's been.
It really has been. I've seen the sunshine for the first time this week.
Actually saw blue sky, it was incredible. And we're doing a little challenge. We haven't done a challenge for a while and people have been asking.
We haven't done a challenge, no. But we're going to do a challenge. Andy has a very interesting rod with him that I challenge him to catch as many fish as I will on my normal rod, French leadering.
So you're going to be fishing a 10-foot 2 weight.
Yep.
I've got a 3-foot 7-inch 3 weight. This is the new Sierra Baby Brook. It's something that I saw it kind of listed in the catalogues as coming out about 6 months ago, and I was like, oh man, I cannot wait to have a look at that. It is a full, as you can see, there's a reel there as well. You buy it as an outfit, 3-foot 7-inch 3 weight fly outfit, rod, line, leader, everything ready to go. It's going to be interesting to cast this, especially given there's a wind, and I'm certainly not sure if I'll be able to cast it well enough to beat IB in a challenge.
No one can beat me, let's be honest.
Format, we're going to fish for about 3 hours, aren't we?
Yep,
in total, and the winner is the one who's caught the most grayling at the end of those 3 hours. It's probably going to be IB. You're pretty good at winning these challenges, aren't you?
Obviously.
We'll get rigged up, we'll crack on, and it's game on this. I'm looking forward to this one.
Game on. Let's catch up on the riverbank.
Not much of a walk to the first spot, and IB, you've picked this one, haven't you, to start with?
Yeah, it seems nice and sheltered so far. It's a bit more windy than we expected.
Yeah, that wind's strong actually,
Yeah.
which is particularly worrying when you throw in 2 nymphs on a 3-foot 7-inch rod, which is what I've chosen to do to start with. Obviously I can't do the kind of modern stuff that you're doing, so I'm going to be fishing underneath an indicator with a couple of nymphs while you are...
French leading.
10-foot 2 weight,
10-foot 2 weight,
3 flies.
nymphs, yeah.
There's
I'm all about that nymphing.
There's no way you're losing this today.
Hopefully not.
We'll climb in, we'll give this 20 minutes or so, we've got loads of water to go at. What we're saying now, the time's about 1 o'clock, isn't it?
Yeah, so if you fish here, 20 minutes.
We'll get 20 minutes here.
Go, yeah,
and
then move spots.
We'll fish through till about 4 o'clock.
Yeah.
And at 4 o'clock, if it's a draw, we'll fish for another half an hour.
It's not going to be a draw.
It's not going to be a draw.
Honest.
You're going to absolutely batter me. Let's give it a go. Okay, first spot. I'm absolutely terrified throwing 2 nymphs on this, but if it's a question of beating IB, that's what we've got to do. Interestingly, even though the river's high, and it's above winter level at the moment, it's actually pretty damn clear. Oh my goodness. This is going to be interesting. Two light nymphs on. I can't go too heavy with this rod. I can't throw the 3 or 4 mil as I would usually. Give that a little roll cast. Fish! Fish! I'm in!
You have a
I'm
fish?
in. It's a grayling as well! Oh no! Oh no, it's off! Oh, it's a nice grayling.
Good.
Ah, dang it.
I will start by saying that not landing a grayling doesn't count. Square maze are banned. If you catch a fish that is out of season, it doesn't count, unless it's me.
Hang on a minute. Well, fortunately, that doesn't really matter on that first pull because neither of us have actually landed anything.
No, nothing at all. I'm pretty sure I might have bumped off 2 fish. I don't know. It was really, really hard for me to see the indicator because of the wind. The indicator kept going in all sorts of directions. You know, like a parachute. That was happening a lot.
Well, I actually had one on. I've hooked a fish on the Baby Brook.
Who cares, Andy?
So I think that means I've won and we can
No,
go
you
now.
have not won.
What?
That does not count.
Oh.
If anything, I think you just made the whole thing up. I see you getting in snags all the time. Did you hook a stick or something and just fighting a stick?
No, it was definitely a fish. I saw it.
Noticed Andy fishing, guiding, in fact you were that day, and you guys were fighting a stone in the river.
I fought it really nicely, actually.
For a good like 40 seconds as well.
Yeah, it made it look absolutely brilliant. Unfortunately, no fish from that first pull. It's super windy. I don't know about how it is for you on the French lead, but I tell you what,
Yeah,
that little
it is
Baby
windy.
Brook is terrifying.
Is it?
With a couple of nymphs on it, yeah. It's pretty hectic. It's a load of fun, but it's going to take some getting used to. I think we need to go and find somewhere a little bit
somewhere
sheltered.
a bit more sheltered and that has a few more fish in it.
Let's go and find some more. Spot number 2, and that wind started to whistle a little bit. IB's just doing some rigging. Are you finished?
Yes.
So you're going to fish. We need to swing around a little bit here. You're going to fish kind of this area behind us,
Yes.
and I'm going to go a little bit further upstream. I'll still be able to see and hear you, so no cheating.
By fishing, I mean parachuting my French leader in this wind.
It's pretty blowy all of a sudden. This wasn't really forecast either, which is a bit annoying, but it does give me a little advantage actually in that it's an upstream breeze. Might help me to get a little bit of distance with the Baby Brook.
I don't care about your advantages, to be honest.
should we give this another go in pull 2?
Let's try the pull 2. Probably gonna fall in before I even get anywhere. That would not be funny. That would be the opposite of funny. I will very quickly fish this bit here and then we'll try to move a little bit. I'm trying to keep the indicator as low as possible so the wind doesn't start flapping it around in the air everywhere. But it's not as easy. Oh god, that's difficult. Could have had 10 takes there, wouldn't have seen a thing.
There's a little large dark olive just flown past me. It's the first one I've seen this season. That means it'll soon be trout time. There we go, that's better. That's the zone. Come on, Grayling, where are you?
That was a fish, damn it! Oh, that was definitely a fish. That's so annoying. Not gonna lie, that was really annoying. Well, at least I know they're here. That's a big start.
God, the wind's howling now. It's not particularly good news for either of us. It's definitely going to make IB's life a little bit harder on that Frenchie.
Not sure who has it harder here, Andy with his Baby Brook, but an indicator fishing, or me nymphing, just, well, me French leadering. Oh god, wind, f*** off. It's just, yeah, I think I'm gonna get out on the bed. There's no point in fishing it because I would never know if I'm having a take or not. I can't see the indicator. Yeah, I just can't do it. Not a quitter usually, but at the moment it's just wasting time, really.
Crikey. That nearly hit me. That's a good cast. How many fish have you caught? I've caught just as many as you have. Just as many as you have. Any takes? Oh, fish! 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 I'm in! I'm in! I'm in! On the Baby Brook! Panic! What happens now? Panic! 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 Get in the net! Yes! Woohoo! It's a miracle. Ivy, just remind me what the score is.
1-0.
Baby Brook power.
Oh my god.
3 feet 7 inches of fun. This thing's freaking awesome. It's an absolute blast. It's a little bit terrifying with 2 big tungsten beads.
You poaching my pool though?
Yeah, I did. I've taken that out of your pool. But when you get it right, little G unit.
Little Grayling.
There he is. Oh, oh, there he goes. So you've caught nothing.
I have got nothing.
What are you playing at? Trying to.
I couldn't fish. I got out and I couldn't fish. You know what? My indicator spent more time parachuting in the air than in the water.
It's pretty hard work, eh? Yeah, it's not easy. That wind's crazy.
How's the rod?
It's super fun. It takes a little bit of getting used to. I can't wait to try it with dry flies. At the moment, I've got 2 tungsten nymphs on, so it's pretty hard work between that, your 9-foot leader, 4 foot of tippet material, 2 heavy flies. It's super fun.
What indicator do you have?
A whacking great foam thing. Absolute filth. I've got no morals. Look at me. Really cool thing about that is that was on the Jura shrimp that I tied in the vlog.
Oh.
So it does work. That's why it's one of my top 5 grayling flies.
That's it?
That's it. That's the whole rod. That is the new Sierra Baby Brook. 3 feet 7 inch 3 weight. The whole thing is a kit. And it's yeah, as you say, quite physical. I think I'm making it look harder work than perhaps it would be with a dry fly.
The wind helps.
The wind's not helping. I've got heavy flies on. I think with a little dry fly, this thing will absolutely fly out. Shall I go and get back in?
Yeah.
What's the score, IB?
It's half and half.
No,
Because you poached my pool, so half of that fish belongs to me.
absolutely not. I'm taking 1-0 there. So we've got a really nice piece of water behind us. Unfortunately, there's only room for 1 person in it. So what we're going to do is we're going to go fish for fish.
Yep.
If you lose your fish, or if it's a trout and not a grayling, tough luck, you have to come out, the other person has to get in. We're really stuck for water, aren't we? I mean, the wind is howling everywhere. This little corner is about the only place where we can get in without the wind.
Well, seems like it anyway. Before we get in, don't jinx it.
But I'll tell you what, I'll be the gentleman. I'm going to let you get in on this phone first.
Okay.
You see if you can get some grayling out of here. Hopefully you don't, and then I'll get one.
Okay. Right, since Andy's being a very kind after poaching my pool, I will try and nymph a fish out of here. To be fair, it is, we were saying how not windy it is, but it's still very windy here as well. That's a fish.
You win?
That is a fish.
What have you got?
I don't know. It feels like a trout, to be honest.
Uh-oh.
Yeah, it's a trout. Yeah. Oh well. Does that mean I'm gonna have to get out?
Yep.
What?
Yeah, they were the rules, IB. It's a lovely trout.
It's a beautiful trout.
Just a couple of weeks too early on that one. Stunner.
Oh, beautiful.
Absolute stunner. Gorgeous fish.
Wow. Beautiful, wild Derbyshire river dove trout. Unfortunately, about a week and a bit too early.
Does that mean I get the pool? Yay! And after that, it wasn't long before we were on a proper lockdown. It all happened pretty quickly, and since then, to be quite honest, as I say, IB has been working flat out as hard as she possibly can to do the jobs that she needs to do to try and help. Me, personally, I've just been stuck inside trying to tie as many flies for people as possible. Tying flies to order is my only source of income right now. So that's what I'm doing. I'm just sat at my vice all day, every day, cranking out boxes of flies for people. Huge thanks to those of you guys who have ordered some flies, really appreciate it. And when you get back out, I really hope they work for you. Definitely send me some pictures with a fish to catch on them. I am still taking orders. If anyone needs some flies, feel free to drop me a message. My email address is there. And if you need anything, just give me a shout. IB and I are talking about making some more videos. It's been really good actually. I've found that in my moments of boredom, I have, like you guys possibly have done with this video, turned to YouTube, and Carl and Alex have been putting out some really entertaining stuff, and Snag Bro doing some really cool stuff. John B's Sudan series was absolutely freaking awesome, and I'd recommend anyone ought to sit down and watch that. It was brilliant. I really enjoyed that. Flair's Farm. Flair's Farm is my life at the moment. I watch that every single time it comes out. But it's been a bit of a struggle. IB and I want to make some videos for you guys. We've talked about a few different bits, particularly talking about obviously stuff that we can do at the house. So talking about the different rigs that we use for dry fly fishing, dry and dropper fishing, French leader and stuff like that. If you guys would like to see more of that stuff, let us know. I can do plenty more fly time videos. I didn't want to put another one out because I realised that most of the videos we've put out recently are fly time videos, and you know, this isn't a fly time channel. I do want to do that stuff, like show you guys that stuff, but I don't want it to be all about fly time because I understand that not everyone is into that kind of stuff. On the lure fishing kind of thing, I might do a couple of videos just showing how I make the kind of traces that I use. We get a lot of questions. People have noticed actually in the pike fishing vlogs, I switched over from wire to a different trace material, so I may well do a couple of videos explaining how I use that stuff and why. But if there's anything that you guys would like to see, please make sure to drop a comment in the comment section below, because we really appreciate that. It helps us create the content that you want, and given the circumstances at the moment, we need as many ideas as we can get, because this is a little bit out of the ordinary for everyone. All that remains for me to do now is say thank you very much for watching this video. I understand that maybe it's not the fish film vlog that you guys would hope for, but it's a little bit difficult at the moment. I guess everyone's gonna have to be a little bit patient with the whole vlogging thing. It seems like the guys in the States are still able to get out and do some fishing, so I'm pretty much living off watching those guys at the moment. As and when we can get out and get some stuff filmed, we definitely will. I'm gonna be super busy with work as soon as the lockdown ends. But until then, we're stuck inside, we're all stuck inside, we're all in it together. We've gotta stay inside, do the right thing, flatten the curve, all that stuff. Let's just get this over and done with as quickly as possible, because I don't know about you, but I am desperate to get out and do some fishing, and if we all stick together, we'll get that done a whole lot sooner. In the meantime, thank you very much for watching the video, really appreciate it. Give it a like, give it a share, drop us a comment, let us know how you guys are getting on during lockdown, and IB and I will catch you again very soon. Take care folks. Bye bye.